So, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for sparing out your precious time and being here with us. Speaking with us today is Mr. Akshay Bhan, Senior Advocate. And Sir belongs to a family of brilliant minds. He needs no introduction.
Seriously?
Yes.
Alright. Let's leave the formal introduction. Let's get on board now. Aja.
All right.
Whatever you feel like. That's
Sir has been in the profession for more than 24 years now, and it only makes sense for us to have him on board for this particular session. Today we've gathered to speak about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has become the new normal in courtrooms, and if we look around, we see everybody using some sort of digital platform, iPads, laptops in everybody's hands today, which is only an example of how common artificial intelligence has become and how normal it is for all of us to use. Now, we would like to take Sir's opinion, Sir's guidance as to how he uses artificial intelligence in the profession, in his day-to-day life. Over to you, Tejeshwar, you can go ahead.
So I'm just curious to know, so when we entered the profession as young professionals, we had AI and iPads ready for us, but you've been here for like more than 2 decades now, and
I'm an old man. Beyond that, yes.
and the technology was not that ready available that time. So when did you get incorporated, and when did you start using AI and iPads for your everyday use?
So what happened was, Tejeshwar, for the first time in my life, I was introduced to computers in the year 1997. So there's this portal which I think all of us are now familiar, and various modules have come out of it, is SCC Online, right? So see, the SCC version, the founder's son, Mr. Malik's son, was a junior in college. So the first time when those CDs were developed, if you remember, I mean, again, I'm talking about archaic times for all of you. So there used to be a disk zip pocket which used to come, which used to have 8 or 9 CDs in which the SCCs used to be uploaded. That was for the first time we ever learned about research on a computer as regards this limb. That's when we first started. I entered the profession in 1998, and that's for the first time when actually 99, 2000, when they started that version, that we were the first ones amongst the batch to be given that at a substantial discount, which mattered a lot at that point in time, and that's how we started from there. That was the first beginning for, laying the foundation work for all this. But pointedly, whatever I've actually come down to doing in the office, in whatever, successively, has been all due to, people associated with my office. They've been colleagues. There are no juniors or something. They're all colleagues. They've been colleagues who've actually made me enter into all this. So even today, they introduce me to new things. I'm not taking names because otherwise I can take the entire office's names. So when we started with the SCC, when we shifted on to, which was the tax software, before CTR, kaun sa tha? ITR, there was this software which was developed. Taxman to baad mein aaya. Taxman se pehle tha. There was one which was developed. Then, sorry? Nahin. Again, that didn't do well. Then subsequent models were developed. Then came Law Finder. Then now there's so many of them. I'm told that there is a new one which is being developed by an in-house counsel also, where you can trace judgments or something. That's being done in the Punjab Haryana High Court itself.
I think it's called
Court assistant. So one of the lawyers, a young lawyer who's developed it in the AG office, and that module has been made applicable to someone in the AG office from here. Punjab, I think, is implementing it.
Yes, he made that app.
I think someplace it's been done in. So it's very, very interesting. Yeah? Very, very interesting. So it's all because of them. They forced me to get into it. That's how I got into it. Otherwise, leave it to me. I'm the most lazy human being on the face of this earth. And every day it's a challenge. It's a new challenge which is coming in.
So, sir, speaking about SCC Online or any of those softwares, Law Finder, this is the research part of it.
That's
But
one limb.
For example, yesterday I was given a task and I used ChatGPT. So I put the entire proposition into ChatGPT and it gave me an entire draft of the application, which I then had to submit to the senior. So my question is, do you think ChatGPT or any sort of artificial intelligence software would be effective for drafting pleadings apart from research?
Very interesting. So yesterday we were discussing this, and I have a prepared speech through Chat GPT on my phone right now. I can show it to you. That's not a problem. The pain is use it to an advantage where it is, but don't take the essence out of it, because whenever you're preparing a speech or whatever you're doing out of it, it comes across as a cyclo-style copy. So even on a drafting of a plaint, please put in, Shaurya was telling me the other day, you put in the draft a plaint for me.
Yes.
It'll give you the format in perfect order. The problem is what is to be filled in. And this is where I feel we 9 times out of 10 lose out on essentials. I stopped drafting. I'll be very honest to you. It's been 11 years since I've touched drafting. I don't draft any longer. The day this was bestowed, I stopped. I genuinely stopped drafting. I don't take on any client. I don't draft. I don't do this in my office. Maybe as an exception. But for drafting, the most essential thing is the essence of the brief, which has to come in. That human angle should never, ever be ignored. It'll be missing. And if you can't give it in your first para, second para of the petition, there's no point. You will have a beautifully drafted petition with wrong case law. That's a very big negative of ChatGPT. It gives you non-existent cases. It'll give you things which it is pulling out. See, what it is pulling out is also on borrowed inputs. It's basically inputs which have been put in the system. So it's catchword, and tying it up. And of course, now your latest technology is changing that. DeepSeek is coming in, which is changing from chip to the mathematical equation. How far it is successful, we don't know. How far it is successful.
So, which is the most commonly used artificial intelligence tool in your office? How do you make use of those features?
Like I told you, I don't do it, but ChatGPT is something which everybody tries to get onto, and you get to know. So I'll show you. Like, I'm sorry, I won't be able to share it. If there was a presentation, I would have given it to you. So if you have, I'm sorry I'm doing this, but just for a minute, I'll show you, just for a minute. So what happens is, the minute you open a speech format, it comes in, that normal, regular introduction, good evening, good morning to all distinguished guests, etc., etc. And then the paragraph start. It is both an honor, then the legal field of so-and-so. So the essence of what you want to say is missing. So what is coming in is a beautiful speech which is written. You'll love it because it makes for very good, very comfortable reading. Makes for very comfortable reading. It's pleasant. It's pleasing to the eye. That's the issue. So you have to have, but please, it's not something that don't do it. You should be doing it.
So if you have to recruit a new colleague to your office, so is technical know-how a very important aspect of it? Like he should know.
Is it a backhanded compliment? Because I'm very infamous for not doing all this and recruitments, etc. But yes, it is essential. It's not only essential for his growth, it's essential for all our growths. It's always an added advantage. If you don't have it, you're going to be losing out on time. What I would say is, more than artificial intelligence, please make use of the tools which you have, right? Whether you're making use of liquid text, whether you're making use of PDF, good notes, whichever software you're trying to make use of, please make use of them. There are a lot of hidden advantages. A lot of the bulk matters, you will have a lot of good points about it is, it'll cut down on a lot of, how do I get it across to you? The bulk which at the end of the day keeps you scared from a brief goes. I've been made used to a cooked meal in terms of, because fortunately for me, a lot of things are given, spoon-fed. But ultimately the value addition to the brief which has to come in will come in from the human brain. So the technology is to be used for convenience, but the value addition has to come from there that no artificial intelligence can give it to you. Nobody can give it to you.
So that brings me to my next question. As you said that, of course, nothing can replace the human touch. But having said that, a lot of our day-to-day activities are taken over by artificial intelligence. Do you think that artificial intelligence in future would become detrimental to lawyers because it might replace them or might be a substitute?
In all honesty, tell me, has it already not taken out the essence?
That's right.
Because everybody tries to use the shortcut. The prompts which are coming in for your drafts, the prompts which are coming in otherwise, we are losing out on that. And the more you lose out on it, the more you're going to lose out ultimately in getting to be a lawyer. If you stop using your brain, and I'm sorry, you stop using your nut, the simple thing is it's going to be detrimental. You are going to lull yourself into a sense of complacency and it's going to catch up one day. You can fool someone once, but not all the times. It's as simple as that.
So personally, I've been using iPads for my cases and my answers.
Yes.
What do you prefer more, iPad versus physical paper?
iPads are very good. Negatives run both ways, right? Negatives, I've gotten stuck where the text has hanged also. It happens once in a while. You've not upgraded your instruments, right? At the same point in time, it's not a cheaper version which is coming in. There are pitfalls to it, which I think as a concept, seniors in the office should be giving iPads in the office. That's the best way to learn, right? And it's the only way to learn, that all juniors should be given, then they should be teaching you. So that's a good thing. And hopefully someday it will become the norm here. But I would take it, I've gotten introduced to it. Every day we started with, I think, one brief in 2 days, 3 days. Coming down to now, we've gotten down to 3-4 briefs plus, I think, every day. It's taking time. Nobody's perfect in it. Maybe sometimes the volume is such that, you're not able to get into everything. Get them bookmarked. The softwares are there. But it is ease of convenience. If I have a bulky file, the ease of convenience with the iPad is much more. I'm not bothered about running with the briefs. I'm not bothered about that the bulk files have to reach there. My NCLT proceedings have become much easier. My RERA proceedings have become much easier. Your miscellaneous writ work has become much easier. And your arbitration work is a breeze in terms of that, because you can actually make your points, keep on adding to the note there, and keep on adding to the note, and you don't need to preserve those notes. For all of you, all of us make notes someplace. The worst nightmare is if that one page at that point in time goes missing, my God, it's the end of the world. So, there are small things. It's there, but please embrace it. It's there for the future. And future is all you, yeah. It's not me. I'm there. I've been there. I'll go. Somebody was there. We've come. Someday somebody else will replace. It's going to happen. Has to happen.
Sir, so do you think the honorable benches are open to the idea of using such technology? Have you ever faced an issue where you were faster than the lordship moving his book?
Now, I'm not supposed to be answering that question, but we have a lot of examples. I believe my lords will also become incorporated in it, and we have to force them to do it. So individually at home, otherwise outside in the courts also, please encourage in doing it. Our court, unfortunately, is lacking to this effect. We have a beautiful software which has been put in. The screens have been laid in, but we've not integrated them at all. There is no bookmarking of petitions which was happening. How many of you have been to the Supreme Court, please? Doing matters on your own. Whenever you get the chance for any matter, do it for free. Please do an SLP now, or assist someone in doing an SLP, whichever office is happening. See the way they send you a bookmarked file. So whenever you're filing an SLP now, if your AOR is asking for it, the Supreme Court will send you the bookmarked file. The advantage is everybody is on an even keel. There is no concept of you've not given me a copy, adjourn this, you've not given me a copy. It's bookmark coming. This is the way we have to go ahead. And why not? And for people, it's not essentially only on the iPad. I think even the iCode should incorporate it. Every code docket, wherever the screens have been put up, should be bookmarked and kept handy. Just as Sherawat's quote, do you remember?
Yes.
Sherawat Saab's quote had that. Has anyone worked upon that screen? Few of us must have worked up. The biggest disadvantage of that was that screen was never bookmarked. So you were just scrolling through pages. If you've ever been, I see a lot of people who've been there as interns, legal interns or otherwise with judges. You'll find that even for them, this is the biggest negative. Why should anybody be waiting for files? AG office. Why should you wait for files till 10 o'clock? Yeah? Should be bookmarked and sent immediately. The minute the advanced copies are there, and the software should enter into it, should be bookmarked and emailed to your respective addresses. Should happen.
So, sir, apart from ChatGPT giving us wrong case laws, is there anything else that is very disadvantageous of using these technologies in the profession? Because we also do not have any regulatory law.
Yes, there is none.
Regarding artificial intelligence in India.
There is none.
And so to incorporate it into our daily lives would become a task and would also somehow become unethical if something goes wrong. For example, I as a student or as a legal associate in someone's office pull out a case law which I for one did not know does not exist. So apart from that point, anything else that is disadvantageous?
Two different issues.
Yes.
One is ChatGPT feeding you something which is wrong. That's one thing. Secondly, should we embrace it? Definitely embrace it. There will be challenges. You're saying there's going to be no challenge. Wasn't OTT embraced? It was. Is there chance of abuse? Definitely. Are there modules being brought in place to correct it? Yes. But for law to develop also and to evolve on these new concepts is going to take time. You can't say evolve the law first without having the challenges, so till then stop using it. Logically, it can't flow down like that. You'll have to use it. You'll have to get abused by it. And then learn to develop those safeguards. And a lot of those safeguards are to be inherent safeguards also which have to come in. But embrace it, because if you're not going to embrace it, we're not going to go ahead. It's not full stop here. It's not full stop.
So till now we've been discussing the use of technology and artificial intelligence in court. However, do you think that technological advancement has made justice more accessible to the litigants residing at far-off places with hybrid hearings and interactive these websites?
Yes. And why? Why should one person be kept away from seeing what is going on in his matter? I'm a very big vocal votary of this, that online streaming of proceedings should happen. Live proceedings should be streamed. It's not only a check and balance on each one of us, it is also a check and balance on our system, which is good. Secondly, why should a client not, in this day and age, have access through internet as regards what is going on in his matter? Court assistant, pro vakil, we all take aid of that. You've worked on that, number of listings on a day, which is your no listing date, XYZs, all has to flow in. Why should a client not have access to what is in the matter, access to what is going on, or otherwise? He should have all orders online in a heartbeat.
So if you look around the room, a lot of us are young professionals and a few of us would be tech savvy as well. We would be able to pull out anything, a new technology, a new update, we know how to use it. But a lot of, a good share of advocates are not very tech savvy. They do not know the intricacies of an iPad, of a laptop, or of the softwares that we use. Any suggestions to the...
Yeah, I get stuck every day. Honestly, I still get stuck every day. But take help. I still get stuck every day. I was learning the other day, when you were making notes, then how to convert, how to take it further, to convert a file into a PDF, how to work it around. I still get stuck. But this is the way to learn, yeah? There is no other way. How will I learn if I don't even attempt it? Right? And I'm a wrong example because I take advantage and I say airdrop everything to me. Makes it much easier. My life is much easier on that front. But yes, please take advantage.
And any suggestions, any infrastructure we need in the code?
Definitely.
What kind of infrastructure?
The infrastructure.
For example, in Justice Sherawat's code, we had those.
Even the other
installed.
ones, please get the codes to bookmark those files. They should be available. Secondly, have more number of stations. Everybody is not. Why should you force people to be buying them like that? It should be accessible in the library. It should be accessible slowly, and we need to work out systems whereby all these things can be made available easily through a code process, through the bar itself. We should have a tie-up with these companies saying, okay, we're selling these iPads at this rate or something on an EMI with a company and saying 1,000 have been bought in. Get in touch with the manufacturers. The thought process, it's unique, it's crazy, but why not? There's no harm in trying.
So now we'll have questions from the audience.
Yeah, please.
So
please.
anyone who has any questions to ask, sir, can please ask.
Feel free. I'm sorry, I have no prepared text, speech or otherwise which came in. So it's just, I think that extra cup of coffee and thereafter whatever comes to your mind you say.
But it is an informal sort of session. So
anything can ask, please, anything. There's no problem at all.
Good morning, sir.
Hi.
I'm Ishan.
Ishan, baith ja yaar.
Hi. So my question is regarding your opinion on adoption of video conferencing in a course. Is your opinion that in near future we can achieve a stage where 100% of the proceedings are conducted online? Or is the presence necessary during some stages of
I would still say a hybrid in terms of making it available is essential. Don't take the physical angle out of it. Face-to-face interactions, studying what the body language is. These things make a huge difference when you argue a matter, when you're discussing something with somebody. Huge difference. I'm not saying for a minute don't. If possible, if you can, try and do it physically. If not, yes, do it virtually. But 100% virtual, no, I'm not in favor of it. That's my personal opinion, I may be wrong. And that's my personal experience based on my own understanding of things over 25 years.
Thank you.
So my question
Ji.
what's your take that AI could be instrumental in addressing the issue of pendency in codes, specifically developing those systems whereby things can be,
Will take time. There is no harm, but will take time. First, the integration at the basic level has to take place because only then will even AI be able to deal with what is pending there. It's not something that the AI pulls out and says this is identical, so it is identical. No, it can't happen like that. Or these are similar cases detailing them out. It can't happen. It can't happen overnight, but yes, AI will ultimately, if there is ease of work, then somewhere down the line, even I can't fathom, I can't bring contextual examples to it, but in the near future. In the near future, yes. Yes, will happen. The way it's developing, yes, definitely.
We have a question there.
Yeah.
So, as we have seen that AI taking over the IT jobs, like the coding work is taken over by, what is the probability that the legal work would be taken over by AI? Like we will see a judge who is an AI and the counsel are AI as well.
Then there's no point discussing it. Let's all go home. But in draftings, yes, firms are adopting this in order to downsize slightly. Yes, it's happening. It's happening all across the board. It's happening across the globe. It's going to happen in India also. But again, the value addition which someone has to make into a brief will always be wanted. And that can't be left out of it. But if you're going to have a virtual court system like that, then there is no use because then the impersonal nature in our legal system, that can't work. Our legal system is bound to fail if it is onto an impersonal nature. See the addressal systems. US has a jury system. Right? Why? It all plays out on emotions. There's a 6-part series. Have you seen O.J. Simpson? See it. A very interesting series. See it whenever you get the time. Very interesting.
But in one of the companies in China, they have replaced the CEO with AI. The CEO has been replaced with AI.
As the decision making, let's see how the company does. Let's see how the company does.
Absolutely.
Let's see how the company does, and then we take a
Human
call.
touch would be missing.
Let's see how the company does. But
So do you think that your office in the near future will completely be paperless and be iPad oriented?
I'm very scared of it, but may happen. I don't know. May happen.
And eventually
But as of now, I do keep paper backups because there are, you see, you have to be briefed also. And there are times something gets missing. Nobody is perfect, but one is trying to improve slowly. Slowly. Nobody is perfect.
Sir, my question is that
Ji.
as you have just in your address that you are the, in respect to technology, you are sometimes lazy in
Nature है यार क्या
it means there are some CEO of some companies and sometimes laziest person do the fastest work if there's some technical even who are laziest.
नहीं you know, lazy in the sense because one tries to postpone. So you're actually procrastinating and saying कि यार इसको postpone कर देता हूँ, कल करूँगा. वो कल तो फिर कभी आना ही नहीं है. So then till, you know, 1, 2, 3, somebody will force it down my throat and then it starts.
So there was this study, Thomson Reuters is a very
Yeah.
reliable report, and it said that approximately 500 plus hours a year can be saved if a lawyer uses artificial intelligence. Would that be a threat to young lawyers, especially first-time
No, it's not.
lawyers?
Please. Who says don't live a life? Yeah? I mean, we're the worst examples. Like I tell all my office also, the work-life balance has to be there. And if something is going to help you in getting that work-life balance, why not take it? Why do you want to give up on it? It's a beautiful thing. Why should we be the only ones struggling till 9 or 10 in the evening and then getting up early in the morning? If we get something to ease that lifestyle of ours and have a healthier lifestyle, why not? Why run away from it? Beautiful. I would love to say 500 hours, save it from me. It's the bestest thing possible. It's the best gift which you can give to yourself.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Feel free to ask questions.
So there is a suggestion from my side.
Please.
AI can be used also for the code works, like we have a case in code, XYZ code. The AI can, if code works on it, AI can give us a reminder, your case will come on this time and you can do another work also. It also can work on code list also. Each time we have to scroll down, sometimes if we don't maintain our time, the case.
Use ProVakil, use Court Assistant. All that is coming in and it's being developed day and day. You know your updates, there was this latest one also on daily causeless. Now you get those dots. Heavy listing, moderate, light, you know, yellow, red. Get into that. So once you get into it, then you slowly, then they started developing your latest orders onto it. Then on the orders, they say connecting to similar cases. That's the latest one which was added. Keep on adding. It's a good input. Give it to them. They'll give you another input as a buzz, as an alarm. You're right. It's always good. No harm in it. No harm in it.
So my take is, I want to know what's your take on the dependency of this entire situation. Because what may happen is that there may come a generation of lawyers who are entirely dependent on these things. And they may not be able to argue, their beliefs, and do things the old way. So would that be a problem? Or?
It's a very interesting question, Himanshu. What happens is, again, usme kya hai? When we entered the profession, I was told the only way to succeed, thank you, is you make your senior so dependent upon you that in the morning, He can't move without thinking about him. Right? Now technology is there, dependency is there. If I take your phone out from your pocket and keep it with me, look at your dependency. I ask you for a phone number, you can't narrate a single phone number in context without going one place, two places, three places. As a normal human being, I'm not saying you can't do it. You ask me, what's my daughter's phone number? Off the cuff, I can't say it. I'm being as blunt as it. I can't. I don't remember it offhandish. Not proud of it. But this dependency is bound to come in. How dependent you are likely to become is on you. That AI doesn't have any control over. So it's going to be your ultimate choice as to how much dependency you want and how much of it is suiting my life. And there are people, now again, I can only take an example which I can bone out from it. My office will never give me a call post 9 o'clock because they know I will never reach out to a phone. The only way to switch off is you keep your phone separate. Good habit? I don't know. Bad habit? Friends say it's the worst habit because you're out of touch. It's dependency. So it's up to you to become dependent. You get up early in the morning is the first thing is seeing how many missed messages or what all notifications you've gotten, your choice. The choice is yours. Nobody's forcing it down. How far do you want to let it govern yourself? I'm not the judge for it. That's for you to judge. Simplicity. But yes, to an extent, dependency will come in. आएगी. ऐसा है, शॉर्टकट ना लाइफ में सबको अच्छे लगते हैं. प्रॉब्लम इज शॉर्टकट का एंड रिजल्ट इज नॉट वेरी हैप्पी फॉर एनीवन. फॉर एनीवन. सो कितना यूज करना इज अप टू यू. Long and short of it is that.
As for now, AI is free. Slowly it gets getting.
Has to be. Every module which hooks you on will be free for the first time. OTT. What was OTT? Right? You're so hooked onto it, you can't do without it. Now you have a Tata Sky subscriber is a generation beyond me. My generation slowly has shifted. The next generation and the next which you guys are, they don't even know what Tata Sky is. Nobody is on Tata Sky. Why? It's Hotstar, this, that and the other. Every channel is there. It's there. It's dependency. That's marketing, yeah? Has to come. See, you be a very good counselor. Do matters for free. सच बता रहा हूँ तेरे को. People get hooked on, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं कर सकते. उसके बाद it's your charging. जो मर्जी करो. Happens. It's a true skill which I'm telling you. करना चाहिए.
So you have been dealing with taxation cases.
हाँ जी.
Do you think that how in taxation system AI is being like for dates and other things?
Faceless assessment is your biggest example of it. It's not perfect, but it is happening. There's a lot of ease for a lot of people. Middlemen गायब हो गए सारे. हाँ?
All the businessmen are happy with this.
A lot of businesses are happy with it. But and that is being rectified. See, again, problems came in faceless. Problems came in कि आप मेरा order तो pass करोगे, but if you're going to be, something detrimental without hearing नहीं कर सकते. So the court interpreted, said yes, let's do it. Hearing should be provided if it is going to be detrimental to you. So in a way, it's modulating in itself. It's every day something is changing. But checks and balances, again to go back to that answer, the checks and balances are coming in. But the errors had to be committed for the checks and balances to come in.
So, it's a little funny, but do you think when a client comes to the office, he would want to pay a bit more that if we tell him that, okay, we'll be using this software for your draft?
सच्ची बात बताऊं, at this stage ना, to a matter, there is no bigger advertisement than arguing a matter. Just go ahead and argue. After that, all charges will chase you.
But in terms of cost effectiveness, do you think that because these things are a bit expensive?
I know, this is where I'm saying, see, please, again, the expense part is something which, as a unit, we all have to think about out-of-the-box solutions for it. What I said and I meant truly, is the association, the Bar Council, Suvir was here, should make that special touch. Try and get in touch. If something more affordable at any rate can come in. Like they have student discounts being extended. So as a student, please get into it slowly, take an EMI on it and then clear it, but get into it, take advantage of those things across the board. If something like that can be developed, why not? Maybe cross-subsidizing through the high court auspices. There is an integration to it. It can't be done for 10,000 people overnight. No, it can't happen. Won't happen.
So yesterday only we got an AI-enabled software in our bar. First time it has been installed. It's a good software.
I haven't used it, but definitely I'll use it. I think Aman does it. I'll ask him to get me there. I'll do it.
It has over, I guess, 1 crore judgment to get.
Fantastic. So please use it. Yeah, please use it. Hanji.
Do we have any other questions?
We have a question.
So, government has emphasized that there must be like sectoral regulation and self-governance around these AI use. Do you think law should self-govern, like probably there should be a voluntary code of conduct as to how we should use AI in courtrooms? That will probably make it a lot more responsible. So, like let's say Bar Council comes up with that, hey, these are the things, like don't use.
Self-regulatory, Baba. Has to be from within. You know, courts outside say don't use mobile phones. Self-regulation is all of us are using it inside. But as long as you're not abusing it, is fine. Use, fine, is self-regulatory. Abuse, you cross the line.
I think we're done with the questions.
And brilliant.
So, we'll just, I would like to thank the Honorable the Chief Justice for providing us this platform that we can use for and learn everything new in every session. And we would like to thank our master today, Mr. Akshay Bhan, Senior Advocate, for sparing his valuable time and joining us today and sharing his views with us. And a big thank you to all the August audience that is here for sparing your time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for participating. Thank you.